કેન્દ્રીય નાણાં પંચની ટીમ 3 દિવસ માટે ગુજરાતની મુલાકાત આવી છે. રાજ્ય સરકાર નાણાં પંચની ટીમ સમક્ષ રાજ્યની જરૂરિયાત અંગે પ્રેઝન્ટેશન રજૂ કરશે. મળતી માહિતી મુજબ કેન્દ્રીય નાણાં પંચની ટીમ 3 દિવસ ગુજરાતની મુલાકાતે છે. ગુજરાત સરકારે કેન્દ્રીય નાણાં પંચ સમક્ષ અલગ અલગ મુદ્દાઓને લઈને પ્રસ્તાવ રજૂ કર્યા છે. રાજ્યોને મળતા હિસ્સામાં વધારો કરવા માટે રાજ્ય સરકારે પ્રસ્તાવ રજૂ કર્યો છે. રાજ્ય સરકારને રાજ્યોની વહેંચણીનો 41% હિસ્સો છે, જે વધારીને 50% કરવા માટે રજૂઆત કરાઈ છે. 16મા નાણાં પંચના અધિકારીઓ ગુજરાતની મુલાકાતે છે. તેવામાં નાણાં પંચના અધ્યક્ષ અરવિંદ પનગરિયાનું નિવેદન આપતા જણાવ્યું હતું કે હાલની સ્થિતિમાં રાજ્યોને મળતા હિસ્સો 41% છે. ગુજરાત સરકાર તરફથી 50% કરવા સૂચન કર્યું છે. ગુજરાતની ઇકોનોમી સહિતના મુદ્દાઓ પર ચર્ચા થઈ છે. નાણાકીય બાબતો ઉપર પણ ચર્ચા કરવામાં આવી છે. રાજ્ય સરકારે લોકલ બોડી ગ્રાન્ટ બાબતે સૂચન કર્યું છે. શહેરી લોકલ બોડીમાં વધારે નાણાં આપવા રજૂઆત કરવામાં આવી છે. 50% હિસ્સાની ફાળવણી મુદ્દે કંઈ પણ કહેવું મુશ્કેલ છે. અર્બનાઇઝેશનનો મુદ્દો ગુજરાતે પ્રથમવાર
A good bit about Gujarat's economy, from demography to social indicators to economic indicators, and then a lot of emphasis on the finance side of it. Generally, our own assessment of Gujarat, even before we came here, was very positive. We also had a presentation from the Office of the Accountant General on Gujarat before we came, and their own assessment of Gujarat was also very positive. Financially, Gujarat has been very stable, very conservatively run, and so therefore its debt to GDP ratio is generally much lower than most other states. It has also kept its deficits well within the FRBM states' FRBM limits. So all this. The Commission's job, for those who may not be familiar with what it does, is that the Finance Commission or a Finance Commission is appointed every 5 years, and its task is to make recommendations to the Government of India. It is a constitutional commission and appointed by the President of India. And its task is to make recommendations to this government regarding the division of tax revenues, first between the center and the states. This is called vertical devolution. And then how the resources or tax resources allocated to the states should be divided among the 28 states. That is the main kind of task of the commission, although it also makes recommendations on local urban body grants and local rural body grants. It also makes recommendations on disaster relief. And finally, it makes recommendations on some sectoral and state level grants. So that is the mandate of the Finance Commission. And within that, therefore, after following the full presentation on Gujarat's demography, social sectors, economic sectors, financial sector, the state government gave us their recommendations on what they expect the commission to do. So they said, currently of all the tax revenues, 41% are devolved under the 15th Finance Commission, that is. About 41% are devolved to the states and remaining 59% to the central government. So Gujarat's plea was that this percentage of the states should be increased from 41% to 50%. This is a figure which has repeatedly come during our state visits. Gujarat is the 9th state we are visiting. Before that, we visited 8 states, and perhaps other than one state maybe, every state has made that recommendation that it be raised. This is a common occurrence. In the previous 15th Finance Commission was also given that recommendation by a large majority of the states. On the horizontal division of the resources, of the taxable resources, Gujarat made a somewhat different recommendation than what is the current practice. And I will tell you, how the Gujarat's recommendations come along. So overall, Gujarat has divided the criteria on which the share of the states ought to be divided among the 28 states into three categories. One is need and cost disability based. Second set of criteria is equity based, and third set of criteria are performance based. For needs and cost disability, they said 35% should be 35% of the total tax revenue should be divided among the states on that basis, on the basis of needs and cost disability. Second, on the basis of equity, 40% of the tax revenue should be divided on that basis, and performance based 25%. So that adds up 35, 40, and 25 adds up to 100. Then they gave some more detailed they suggested three criteria: population, urbanization, and area. Now, population and area have been used for several commissions that have preceded us. Urbanization is a new suggestion by the Gujarat government. Then on equity, income distance has been generally the basis, which basically measures how poor you are relative to the richer states. Generally, that distance is measured from the richest state, richest large state. So, Gujarat government has said that there should be one more criterion within this category on equity, which is the multidimensional poverty. So this would be a new criterion if one were to use that. So that's equity. And then on performance, the Gujarat government has given four more criteria: fiscal discipline, demographic performance, economic contribution to the national GDP, and sustainability in terms of renewable sources of energy, micro irrigation, and forest cover, water and forest cover. So that was the main kind of ask by the Gujarat government. And then there were some recommendations by them also for the local body grants. There was some suggestion that a little more be given to urban local bodies than rural local bodies. So they made a plea for some rejigging of the division of local body resources between rural and urban bodies. And on disaster relief, there were some suggestions on disaster relief, different as well, particularly with respect to a disaster relief index that the 15th Finance Commission had used. So some rejigging there. So that's the rough overall picture of what the Gujarat government has recommended. We then in turn, the members and I together asked a number of clarifying questions to which we will in due course receive replies from the state. That's where the matter stands.